Hello to all my amazing subscribers. As you guys know, I am a GPU miner, a cryptocurrency miner. I have been mining for about 3 or 4 months now, and it's something I'd like to continue to do over the next few years. Right now I've got 30 GPUs. I've got 24 1060 6GB and 6 1080 Ti's, 2 of which are in my main PC, one of which is disabled because I'm recording, and the other continues to mine. Now in a few months time we might see new cards coming out from NVIDIA and AMD, and I'm going to review the situation, maybe buy some more cards, increase my overall hash rate. One of the things I haven't really talked about though so far are ASIC miners. I've not really talked about them. I've not really talked about buying them either, and I've always been resistant to buying them. I've always been cautious about buying them because there are risks involved. One of the main suppliers of them are Bitmain. I've got the website here. The D3 there's $550, but by and large you're mostly paying $1,000 to quite a large amount. Like the Antminer X3 that's coming out is $12,000, and it's got two or 3 months for delivery time. So the first batch has been dispatched in May, but there's another batch coming out in June, so that'll be 3 months from now. These things are very expensive, but they're very, very powerful as well, and if you get them in early you can make a lot of money, but there are a lot of risks involved. And there's a few reasons why I've been hesitant to buy these so far. One is the noise. These things scream like banshees. They're very, very loud. People talk about GPUs being loud, but I'm recording in the room with my GPUs running and it's not that bad really. But ASIC mining machines are something else. They really are loud. The other thing is that you have to get in there early, because the nature of ASIC mining machines are they're so powerful that the difficulty of an algorithm of a particular coin will keep shooting up. So if you don't get in there early, by the time you get there, when everyone else was making $50 a month before, it could be down to $10, and depending what you paid for the machine, you might never break even, because there'll come a point where the electricity costs will negate any profits that you make from it, and what you're left with is a very heavy, ugly brick that you need to throw out. And this is in contrast to a GPU, which you can obviously sell on to gamers, or you can use for video processing or whatever. So I have been hesitant just now, but I'm also hesitant at the fact that things change very quickly in the cryptocurrency world, and this 2 to 3 month delivery time is a bit of a risk. Now it is worth pointing out that not every Antminer has such a slow delivery time. It's always the new ones that are a little bit slower. Some of these here you can see they ship right away, pretty much in March, shipping in April. So it depends on which machine you buy, and Bitmain are one brand, but there's a lot of other brands out there. But there's a post on Reddit today, someone posted, and it's a fantastic example of the risk involved with buying an ASIC mining machine, and why you have to do your research, and why even if you do your research you could still lose a lot of money. So this refers to Monero. This refers to the X3 machine there, which I just showed you. And he talks about it here. The X3 machine, extremely efficient and portable. A Vega 56 video card, and you guys should know a Vega 56 is a very, very good mining card. So good, I never even see it available for sale. I've in 4 or 5 months of looking, I haven't seen any Vega 56s even for sale. And I think before that, when I did see them for sale, they were very expensive. Now it says here that the average hash rate is 1850 at 190 watts. The X3 can do 220,000. This means this thing is 118 times more powerful than a Vega 56. And a Vega 56 is a very good mining card. So at 550 watts, that makes it 41.08 times more efficient. Cost $12,000, is shipped in 2 months time, and at today's difficulty you will make $5,300 per month, which means that if you bought this for $12,000, if the difficulty of Monero stayed the same for Crypto Night, you would break even in about 2.5 months. And after that, if you were making $4,000, $3,000 a month, that makes this a very profitable purchase. He goes on to say, where is it here? Okay, this month, along with other things, code will be pushed out to fix this issue and make ASICs not functional for Monero. So this is referring to the fact that Monero doesn't want to be mined by ASIC machines. In fact, very few cryptocurrencies do. We're seeing a lot of coins being designed specifically to be resistant to ASIC mining machines. The ASIC mining machines get a bad rep because they centralize wealth. You know, a few people buy these machines and they can mine all the coins. Whereas if you want a cryptocurrency to do well, you ideally want it spread around, which is why GPUs are quite popular. And, you know, I've looked at Zoincoin and a few others which are CPU based, you know, and the idea being that, you know, it spread the wealth even more. But I talked about Ravencoin, that's got 16 algorithms. Kryptonite is the main algorithm for Monero. Now, if this is true, what they're going to do is change the Monero algorithm, or change the way that it's mined so that these ASIC mining machines aren't going to work. So that is a problem if you bought one of these machines, because what it means is when this Antminer X3 actually arrives to your house 2 months later, you know, you're all excited in May, yeah, I'm going to make a lot of money, and it makes zero, makes nothing. Now, there are other Kryptonite currencies out there, but Monero is, you know, one of the most profitable ones. And he points out, he makes a really good point at the end here. He says, imagine buying SHA-256, an ASIC machine that does 256, and you think you're going to mine Bitcoin, and then all you can do is mine Peercoin, and that illustrates the problem here. You buy these machines because they're really good and really efficient at mining a particular coin, and yes, that algorithm will be used by other coins, but those coins, you know, they might not be as profitable. You know, they're not worth as much, whereas Monero is worth a few $100s. And it's going to fork soon as well. Get a drink, I'm very dehydrated. So this is the problem with ASIC machines. A 2-month shipping time or a 3-month shipping time can really change things. He's titled his post that Bitmain is currently performing a large scam, and he's basically suggesting that Bitmain know about this and they're not telling people. And he's 100% correct. Now, they're keeping themselves right. They'll say, you know, cryptocurrency, there's no guarantee, prices go up and down and all that. And they'll also point out that Kryptonite can be used for other coins. But everyone knows this is for Monero. And if you buy this for Monero, you're going to be very disappointed in 2 months' time. So there's a lot of risks involved. And, you know, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, even if we didn't know that was going to happen anyway, say you were buying this just now, and there was no announcement of Monero doing this, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, 6 weeks from now even, they could come out and say, listen, we don't want these ASIC machines, you know, mining our coin. We're going to change the algorithm. And I actually saw the Monero team coming out and say, listen, if any ASIC machine can mine our coin, we are going to fork it. We're going to take it in a different direction, change the algorithm, or do whatever so that you guys can't mine our coin. I saw this firsthand, what can happen with Siacoin recently. And Siacoin was a popular coin that people were mining with Ethereum. You know, people were using dual claymore to mine Ethereum, and Siacoin, it was one of the coins that people were mining. And I saw when the ASIC mining machines came out that could do Siacoin, and the graph was insane, because the difficulty shot from, say it was at 1, it shot up to like 300 in like 1 day. So if you were mining Siacoin with your GPU, you're like, oh, I'm mining Siacoin. Overnight, ASIC machines made that worthless. You could no longer mine with your GPU. And that's the problem with these machines. These things are so efficient and so effective that when an ASIC mining machine comes out, effectively stops GPU mining machines being able to mine, because the difficulty is so high and the return is so low. So I'll be honest, I am a complete hypocrite. I believe in decentralization. I believe that, you know, GPUs spread the wealth around more. But if I could buy an ASIC mining machine and I thought I could make a huge amount of money, I'd give it a go. Listen, I'll put my hands up. I'm a complete hypocrite in that regard. But it's very, very risky, guys. It is very, very risky. So I don't think from an ethical point of view I'd feel bad. I'll be honest, I wouldn't feel bad about buying an ASIC miner and, you know, making a huge killing from it. But as I said, I've been very, very cautious about this. The noise is one thing, the fact you can't sell it is another, but it's just the fact that you need to be one of the first people to get it. And we are seeing more cryptocurrencies taking a really hardline stance against these ASIC mining machines. Talked about Ravencoin the other day. It's got 16 different algorithms. Equihash, which is, you know, probably the most popular algorithm for NVIDIA cards, that was designed specifically for GPUs so that ASIC mining machines couldn't do it. you couldn't mine with it. And we're going to see like more coins taking a stance, kind of like Monero's doing, and saying, listen, if you can mine our coin, we are going to go in a completely different direction. We're forking this coin. And it's kind of like this continual battle between good and evil. I think the biggest risk here is the shipping time and the fact that anything can happen in 3 months. If I was going to buy an ASIC mining machine, I'd probably lean towards one that arrived within the next month or so. Perhaps one that was a Litecoin or Bitcoin miner, something that, we know that they're not going to react to it as much as, other coins. But there's still a risk involved. There's no guarantee. But that being said, if I can buy one of these in the future, just to test it, I'd like to do it just to at the very least, just to review it for you guys. But what I would say is, I'm not putting out this video to try and stop any of you guys from buying an ASIC mining machine. All I'm saying is do your research, and you have to realize that if you're mining a particular algorithm for a particular coin, that the team behind that coin might not want you guys to to mine it with ASIC mining machines, because what it will do is eliminate GPU mining machines, or GPU mining cards, sorry, and a lot of people don't want that. They want to spread the wealth around, and it's better for the coin and all that as well. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. My view on all of this remains the same. I'm going to be very cautious about buying an ASIC mining machine, sorry. But there's money to be made. There is money to be made. I mean, the X3 is 118 times more efficient than a Vega 56, so you can't dispute that. You really can't dispute that. But I'd love to hear your opinion on all this, guys. I would like to cover ASIC miners more in the future, and hopefully do a review for you guys. But if you're ahead of me and you're deciding to buy an ASIC mining machine, do your research. Please do your research. I don't want any of you guys to buy one of these machines and then 3 months later it arrives and it can't do anything. It's just a brick. I don't want any of you guys to lose any money, because these things are very expensive and they have practically zero resale value if you're selling it, at the end of its life. So please do be careful. Thanks for watching. Please do give your opinion below, and I'll speak to you all in the next one. Take care.